we tell stories behind the scenes from the fire department and from people that work in the fire department. My name is Bob, and this is Doug over here, and this is Brian. Brian's a firefighter we worked with for many years, and we're welcoming him back to tell a few stories. And today we got a few stories to tell you. And Brian, you want to start off with your fork story?
The Moocher's fork?
Moocher's fork.
Yeah, sure. So this is back just before Y2K, and I had received this as a Christmas present. It's called a Moocher's fork. Basically, it looks like a fork, but it can extend out to about 2 feet long, so you can help yourself to the other people's plates at the table.
Which is handy to have in the fire station.
That is handy.
Mooch off of their plates.
But I was hoping there'd be some comedy gold with this thing. So for 2 years, I would get that out of my locker and put it in my pocket when we'd be eating a meal, just hoping that it would be more than just helping myself to somebody else's plate.
Can I interrupt here? I just wanted to, anybody that's not a firefighter, you can see the lengths that we go to.
It's got to be right.
Yeah, 2 years of having a fork.
Well, it's the ghost story too, Bob.
Yeah,
The ghost story.
That was a year.
Yeah.
I let it go one night.
That's all it takes. So on this particular day, it was a special day. We had a new rookie, Kinger, and it was his first day. And at the same time, we had a new district chief. So there was a lot of rotation going on at this time on the fire department, and new chief's first day, new rookie's first day, we're going to have steaks, right? And Kevin was the master chef and the type of guy that would use every pot and pan and every utensil in the kitchen, and the food was fantastic. You just had to put your money in and walk away, and he took care of everything else. So we're sitting down for dinner, and of course you can't have two new guys without some sort of a speech. So people who are in that role, they're welcoming them and talking about all the good things that are going to happen, and everybody's getting hungrier and hungrier. So by the time we got to eat, it was like, oh, everybody at the table was right into their steaks, not a word, right?
Focused.
Just focused. You could hear clickety-clack of the silverware on the plates. And my moment arrived. The chief was sitting there, and Kinger was sitting there. Donnie was the chief, and he got up to get a drink of water. He picked up his coffee cup, and as soon as his back was turned, I had that thing out, and I grabbed his steak, and I put it on the rookie's plate and put it back in my pocket and went back to eating. And the look on Kinger's face when he realized he had the chief's steak on his plate, and he's scrambling to get it back without making a big fuss, and he just gets it back, and the chief turns around, and Kinger and I started to laugh, and nobody at the table saw a thing. They were so focused on eating that they didn't even see this go down. And that made us laugh even harder because we realized this was just between us. And,
Well, yeah, that's too bad you didn't get to share that.
well, Donnie, he ordered us to tell him what was going on. He could tell it involved him in some way. And so he's like, nobody's going to have a joke behind my back on my first day. What happened here? And I had to explain it all. And then we all had a good laugh.
I had one similar. We were working, and it was where the platoon chief in the station the platoon chief was at, and we had a new guy. It wasn't his first day or anything like that, but it was within his first 2 months. And he came in one day, and we all sat down and ate our lunch, and this guy wasn't eating his lunch. And finally, after finish, I says, "You know, are you gonna eat your lunch?" And he says, "I forgot it today." I said, "Oh," I says, "you're gonna be hungry." I says, "I got this nice big apple in the fridge." I says, "Would you like to have that?" He says, "No, I'm not." I said, "No, I've had my lunch. Take my. If I'd have known you hadn't, I'd have shared mine with you. But go and get the apple." So he walks in and picks this big apple out of the fridge and comes back down and sits down. And I get up and go to the chief, the platoon chief, who likes to fool around a little bit himself. And I said, "Chief," I says, this new guy says, I just gave him an apple because he forgot his lunch. I said, "Can you come walking into the kitchen and open the fridge and then come out and say, 'Who took my apple?'" So he did. He comes in, "Who took my apple?" And he says, "Chief," he says, "those fucker set me up.
He threw you guys under the
As he
bus.
still got the apple in his hand with about 5 bites out of it.
Very funny. I remember one time I got moved to a different squad, off my old squad to a different one, to get made a captain, or get ready to get made a captain. I was still acting. And I went to the brand new headquarters downtown, 18 guys working there, and we're having chicken lunch. And we're having a half a chicken, so there's a lot of eating. Half a chicken, mashed potatoes and peas and all that type of stuff. So the guys are eating their chickens, and they're stripping the bones off, the meat off the bones, and using the little bones just as the toothpicks, throwing them on their plate, and using napkins, wiping out. Everything's good. The food's great. Everybody's having a great time. And the cook, the kitchen slut, he says, "Oh, by the way, guys," he said, "before you leave," he said, "don't dump your bones out." He said, "We're making soup for tomorrow." I looked, I said, "You're making what?" "Oh, we're making soup." "Oh," the guys are, "Oh, okay," like that. And I'm like, holy jeez, I'm really going to fit in this place. Not. So the guys go over to the garbage.
Eating food?
They're taking all their napkins and throwing them in the garbage. And then taking their plates and scraping them off into this big bucket. And I'm looking at him and I said, "You got to be joking me." He said, No. He said, "This is good." All the guys are, "Oh, he makes it for us all the time when we have chicken." I said, "Not for this guy." We ate that soup for 2 weeks after.
Was it
All
good?
he did is add more water to it.
Yeah. Well, you just have to. That's what chicken soup's
That's
about,
what
right?
pioneers used to
Yeah,
do.
that's what they used to do. But anyways, I had a job. I didn't need to do that. I was never in on the soup. I don't think so.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Well, boils.
That's what they said. Oh, it's all boiled. The bones are boiled. And I'm like, yeah, right. All I could see was the one guy over there, sticking away at his teeth and dropping the toothpick, taking a bone onto his plate.
Yeah.
That was in the soup too. Like, it's like, oh, I don't think so. Anyways, you have to have a strong stomach.
Well, this was a good day. Thank you so much for coming in. If you like us, which can you see any reason why they wouldn't?
Yeah,
No. Especially three good-looking guys like this. If you like us, please press the like button, and we post every Friday. So if you would like to have one come right to your mailbox, just subscribe, and it'll just come right to your mailbox every Friday, and you won't miss a story. Bye now.